Hey there, good morning, Life Point Church. Good morning to all of my friends and family. It's so good to get to talk to you for a few moments today. I hope you're doing well on this Thursday, the 21st day of May. I want to bring you just a brief word of encouragement. These past few weeks, we've been looking at Psalm 23, some various points and aspects of it, and I wanted to talk to you about the first part of verse 4. Psalm 23, verse 4, just that first half, really. It says, even though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. Now, I like the way that the New Living puts it. It says, even when I walk through the darkest valley, I will not be afraid, for you are close beside me. What do you think a dark valley is? See, the valleys were places where the sun could not penetrate. The valley was either covered by nature or by shadows. Something was keeping the sun from shining into it. You know the sun is shining, but just not where you're standing. You know the sun is there, you just can't see it or feel it. And also, it was in those dark valleys that oftentimes predators would hide and wait for you. What are some of the dark valleys that you have walked through lately? Fear might be one. Death, the loss of a loved one, a friend or family member. Job loss, anxiety, worry. You see, David says here, I can walk through dark valleys, I believe both literal and spiritual, both physical and spiritual, because God is with me. Now, it's interesting when he's talking about God here, the very first line of Psalm 23 is, the Lord is my shepherd. So he's talking about the Lord, and the Hebrew word there for Lord is Yahweh, and Yahweh is the covenant name of God, that name that was used for Israel's God. Did you know that the first mention of Yahweh, the first mention of his name to man, we find in Exodus 3, verse 15. Let me just read it to you, and hang in there with me. I'm going somewhere with this. Exodus 3, verse 15. God also said to Moses, say this to the people of Israel, Yahweh, the God of your ancestors, the God of Abraham, the God of Isaac, and the God of Jacob, has sent me to you. This is my eternal name, my name to remember for all generations. So the first time that they hear of Yahweh, it's from God to Moses to tell the people that says, I am Yahweh, the God that's been with your people, with your ancestors. I will be with you. Just before this, look at what God tells Moses. Exodus 3, verse 12. I will be with you. You see, it is tempting in the dark valley to feel abandoned by God. It is tempting when facing loss and hurt and anxiety and fear and death to feel abandoned by God. But that is not in God's character. That's not God's name. That's not who he is. God says, I will be with you. We must not live according to our feelings, but according to the Word of God. I might feel afraid, but the Word tells me God is with me. I might feel hurt or abandoned, but the Word says that God is with me. His Word says he will guide me. He will walk with me. So don't be surprised by the dark valleys. They will come in this life. You will have them. But do not be afraid of them either. Dark valleys will happen, but God is still Yahweh. And he is still present with you, and you can walk through them without fear. You can walk through them in faith. And today I pray that you will walk in boldness, confidence, faith, peace, and an assurance. Why? Because God is with you. I love you. I'm praying for you. Can't wait to see you. God bless.